can get that mindset change from just thinking it's all about plumbing to, no, this is a business. And what does that mean?
Right.
So,
and it's about time.
yes.
And it's about time you grasp that concept. Okay. Are you going to die? Hey, plumbing pros. Welcome to the 416th episode of Potty Talk. And hey, it's good to be back with you here.
Yeah, took a little hiatus for a minute or two.
Good to be back in the studio with the lovely Laura.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, baby.
Hey, babe. What are we talking about today?
I've been looking forward to getting to this one here.
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to them all.
I know.
Okay, but hey, the title of our episode here today is The Plumbing Business, What They Don't Tell You.
Ooh, they hold things from you.
Dun, 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 dun. Which they do. Okay. It's not that they hold things from you. It's just we don't know these things. Okay. You know, in fact, I'm celebrating my 40th year in the trades.
Wow.
40 years.
Started when you were 9.
Right. 40 years. So I've learned a thing or two.
All right.
And sadly, well, no, this is kind of how you learn. You learn by mistakes. Okay, that's why we're here. I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I made. Okay, you don't have to. Okay,
Right.
you can learn from my mistakes. Okay,
Just like your kids, right?
Yeah.
You always want your kids, man, don't do those dumb things I did when I was your age.
right. So that's what I'm going to share with you here. Okay, are 3 things here that are basically things you can do. Well, not only just can do, but they're concepts. Okay, that if you could grasp these concepts quicker than I did, you'll be much more successful more quickly, and even more successul
Yes.
than I have been.
Why
Okay,
not?
which is what I want for you. Okay.
Okay.
So let's get at it here.
Okay, so what are the things they don't tell you?
Okay, don't look at my nose. I want to surprise
Okay.
you. I want to get your real opinion on these.
All right.
Okay. Number one.
My real opinion will agree with your opinion.
Yeah. See, I have her trained, or more like she has me trained. All right, let's get at it. Hey,
yes.
number one, you're selling time. You're selling time.
No, you're selling plumbing.
No, you're selling time. Okay, you're not selling plumbing or whatever your trade business is. Whether it is plumbing, of course, we're about plumbers here. That's where I come from. But we have a lot of HVAC as well, electrical, handyman, landscape, all that kind of stuff
Right.
too in the academy and serve all the trades. Okay,
Correct.
but it's no matter what your trade is. Okay, it's not about cutting grass and trimming. Okay, yeah, that's what you do. All right, but you're selling time.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why I've said for years, it ain't about plumbing. That's where I come from. It ain't about plumbing.
Or it ain't about HVAC, or it
Right.
ain't about electrical.
Right. It's not about the thing that you do. Of course, that's what you do. Okay, and that's why they're having you out. Okay, but the business ain't about the thing. Okay, it doesn't care that you're the best plumber in town, and that you love plumbing. In fact, if you do love plumbing, I've said this a lot. I mean, if you really love plumbing,
Or your trade.
or your
Whatever trade
trade,
you're in.
whatever that is, don't be on the business side of it. Okay, you need to be go be a very good technician, for another business.
Correct.
Okay. Because we find that the guys that are really, really into the trade have a hard time just grasping these concepts and be able to transition to the business side because it has nothing to do with what it is that you're doing.
Correct.
Okay.
Just like with when we talked about this before, even the NFL. The NFL isn't about football. That isn't what they're about. NFL's a business, but the NFL is about putting butts in the seat and getting eyes on the screen. Right. That's what they're about. It's not about football.
Right.
So.
It's getting those advertising dollars, those TV dollars and all that.
Exactly.
It's of course about football. I mean, it is, so we say that, I state it in that way, just kind of smack you upside the head. Yes, it's football.
Right. It's what they do.
It's what they do. But the business isn't about,
Football. Plays.
downs and plays and touchdowns and, whatever.
Right.
The business isn't about that. Okay. The same thing goes for you. Okay. And you've got to grasp this concept that you're selling time. That's what the business is about. Okay. You're selling time.
Okay.
Well, that's a great example you brought up about, butts in the seats. I've used the example before, and when this kind of really hit home for me was with baseball. Baseball was always during the day. But the owners discovered back in, I forget when the first night game was played, like in 1954 or something like that. I think it was even earlier than that. But they discovered, because
we weren't born then, just for the record, everyone.
But they discovered that people were home, and so more people came to the game, and so they could have
at night.
At night, so they could sell more tickets.
Right.
They had more butts in the seats.
Wasn't
and sold more
about
tickets.
baseball.
It wasn't about baseball. Right. Exactly. Okay.
So yeah, if we open it up to where more people can come, then that means more money, money for the business.
So with that, it's butts in the seats. With with our business, with our kind of business, it's time that we're selling. Okay.
Yep.
So the focus isn't on the latest greatest plumbing mechanical or HVAC mechanical or whatever, or technique. Okay, we're all in that. It's cool. Okay.
And you need to do those things because that's what your business does, right? That's what your business does.
But you ain't selling plumbing. Okay. It ain't about plumbing.
Ain't about plumbing.
All right.
Or it ain't about
time.
HVAC, or ain't about whatever trade. So.
Gotta grasp that concept. Okay.
All right.
I could hit that home. I know you reel me in here.
Right.
But,
when we talk a lot about that in the Success Academy, that's actually in the very first module in the Success Academy, really going into depth about what it is about, because it is about selling time, but what all that means and how you can get that mindset change from just thinking it's all about plumbing to no, this is a business, and what does that mean?
Right.
So,
and it's about time.
yes.
And it's about time you grasp that concept. Okay. Are you going to die? Okay.
You're going to die.
All right. Another concept that you must grasp. Okay. And this is number 2. Okay. You're a marketing company. Okay. I'll stick with my plumbers. You're not a plumbing company. Okay. Yeah, I know that's what you're doing. That's what's out there, but you're a marketing company. Okay. You're a marketing company. You're in the business of marketing. Okay. Marketing, getting your name out there, awareness. Okay. Getting the community to know, like, and trust you.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And that is a hard thing to grasp as well, because you think, no, I've got a plumbing business, right?
And I'm the best.
We do plumbing, and my name, my name, my name's respected, which is why a lot of plumbers, when they start, they name their plumbing company, their name.
What's one of the worst things you can do?
Worst thing you can do.
Right.
Worst thing. It makes you look small, makes you look cheap. And it doesn't provide trust. Even though you think it does not. It doesn't provide trust to the consumer, whom we call Mrs. Jones, right? So yeah, it is about marketing. It's about getting your name, get your company's name out there for all to see. Because we live in our own world, right? We live in our own little world. And so you, as the plumbing business owner or home service business owner, you think, everybody knows me, or they see my trucks around or whatever. So I'm known. You're not. You're just not, unless you're a Roto-Rooter, one of the big ones that have been around forever, and they've got all the
It's because they market again. They've
marketed it.
Right.
Correct.
Right.
So you have to do the same thing. You have to do all the things, do lots of different things, all the marketing things, to be able to get your business name out there from everything. I don't know if we're going to kind of go over that a little bit, but everything from obviously Google, right? Google and the Google My Business and Google LSAs, right? The ads, all those things. So there's that, but then also being in the community and also having a truck and trucks that are branded well. You've got to make sure they stand out. It can't be some plain white van with some lettering on the side. You're just kind of going into the background. No one pays attention. That's one of the first things, guys will start, and they're like, okay, well, it's going to get a white van and throw some lettering on the side.
Right.
You've wasted your money.
Joe's Master Plumbing.
Right.
Yeah.
And then list all the things that you do and a phone number somewhere on there, whatever. You've wasted your money in the lettering and all that. You literally wasted it. So, there's so much that goes into that.
And this comes from, and I know we're speaking out of just, kind of like we know it all. like it is what it is. Guys, this is coming from 40 years. So that's kind of when I'm, as I'm sitting, we're talking like this, and I just realized, it's my 40th year. I mean, it's 40 years. Look, the music has changed. Styles have changed. Even who can use what bathrooms changed. Okay. I'm not going to, okay, whatever.
Unfortunately.
But customers and business and money haven't changed.
No.
It's the same stuff.
Right.
And so
there's laws of business.
Right. It works. Okay. As much as we don't feel that we relate to 2 + 2 = 4, and somehow that's unfair to whatever demographic we come from.
I
Okay.
have no idea where you're going with this one.
2 + 2 = 4. Okay. The same thing goes. Well, the same thing goes with business here. So look, I'm a trades guy. I get it. You know, I'm a redneck. You know, I come from the other side of the tracks. And, you know, and so, no, this is how I'm the best plumber, and this is how we're going to do it. And it's about, I'm not going to rip people off like there's other guys are ripping people off here. I don't need some big fancy truck and all that. And this and that. Hey, I was there at first too, and was barely surviving, living week to week, paycheck to paycheck,
Not
right.
Day to day.
And I see guys in the same way, you know, doing the same kind of thing. You can fight it all you want.
Right.
But this is what's learned over 40 years.
And it's quite, what do you want, right?
Right.
What do you want out of your life? Again, do you have a plumbing company that's just where you get a couple jobs a day and you're good to go? You know, you charge $100 an hour, think you're in the money, and do a couple jobs a day, and then take the rest of the day off to go fishing, or whatever. Right? That's not a business. You own your job.
Right.
You do not own a business. Let's just be clear. That's not a business. You own your job. But if that's what you want, then that's fine. But if you do have a dream to grow your plumbing business, or HVAC or whatever home service business, if you've got a dream to do that,
I'm gonna hit harder here.
Okay, Will.
Normally, you're being nice. You have a duty, guy, man, brother. You got a duty to take care of your family. Okay, so just owning your job and charging $100 an hour. And just saying, well, I'm the best plumber, and I'm taking care of them. They love me because I'm great at whatever. That's not setting your family up for success and security.
it is not.
Okay, you have a duty, man. All right, so automate your company's day-to-day scheduling, dispatching, and billing systems with FieldPulse, the game-changing field management power tool that thousands of businesses just like yours are switching to. FieldPulse makes it easy to bring order to your daily chaos. No more struggling to keep track of your customers, jobs you got going on, or where your guys are at. FieldPulse is the perfect solution for helping you to organize your business, save time, and my favorite part, increase revenue. And with its mobile app, you can access FieldPulse's powerful features to run your business from literally anywhere in the world. Throw in QuickBooks integration, award-winning support, and plans starting at just $60 per user. It's simply a no-brainer. I love FieldPulse, and I know you will too. Learn more and to schedule a free live demo, go to themilliondollarplumber.com/FieldPulse and see why plumbing pros everywhere are making the switch to FieldPulse. Stop effing around here. I mean, you got to get it. These are some facts here. Okay, you're selling time. You got to understand that. If you don't get it, and you own your business, own a business right now, stop. Okay, you're setting your family up for destruction. Go be a great technician at another company and be their best guy and that kind of a thing. All right, and but you got to understand these concepts that you're selling time and that you're a marketing company. Well, I don't like the way I don't want to do it. It doesn't matter. You don't have to be an expert at it.
No,
but you just have to understand it and realize that's what's driving the business.
Right. Yes. And then find someone who is an expert at it, right? You can spend tons of money. You can spend a little bit of money. You don't have to take on, this huge marketing firm to do all the marketing things. And if you're really small and starting out, there are some things that you can do on your own. And we do cover that in the academy as well. Right. But, Google, how do I set up my Google My Business? How do I do Google local service ads? That's Google guaranteed, right? It's the one with the green check. How do I do that? Go and read up on it, right? If it's not something where you can bring on a firm or something to do it for you, but somebody's got to do it. Somebody has to do it, or the word is not going to get out. So and it's just
those
are the easiest. Those two that I mentioned are by far the easiest.
Actually, it's never been easier.
It's never been easy. Guys, it's never been easier to compete with bigger guys. It's never been easier. When we've talked about that back when we had our plumbing business for. Gosh, the majority of it was Yellow Pages. Probably we stopped using Yellow Pages maybe the last 7 years of our business. But we used the Yellow Pages, and we put an ad in once a year, or a listing, right? And that's what stayed. And that was it. And you couldn't afford to compete with the big guys. There was no way. Those were the guys who had, the 2 pages in the very front.
Double truck. Yep,
yeah, double truck. It's called a double truck page.
And they were there first.
And so
Roto-Rooter was there first.
Right. So it goes on how seniority, and then also how much you're willing to pay.
Right.
So all the big companies were way up front.
So to be a little guy, it was tough to get. It was tough to get to the front.
Right.
You couldn't.
You couldn't.
And that's where customers were buying. Okay, because they buy from who they know, like, and trust.
Yep. So
they trust the bigger. They trust the branded. We think I'm showing up in my piece of crap truck that I've bondoed and I take care of, and they think I'm thrifty and I'm saving the money.
Nope.
The customer's not thinking that way.
No, they're thinking you're cheap.
And you're not very good at what you do.
And fly by night.
Right.
So there you go. So marketing.
Right.
Yeah.
So see, it's the attitude. It's just the attitude here. I just didn't want to pass by. I know we only have 30 minutes here or so, but these are important attitudes and concepts that you've got to be able to understand.
If you want a real plumbing business,
right,
or home service business,
right,
yes,
whatever it is. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hey, if you're still with us, if you still, we haven't scared you. And still with us here, hey, I have something for you. Check it out. Hey, question for you. Where do you want your plumbing business to be this time next year? Stuck on the same dead-end road, puttering along in a slow lane as life passes you by? Or are you ready to supercharge your plumbing business and put the pedal down in the fast lane to success? Hey, Richard Bainey, the $1 Million Plumber, here to tell you that you'll do just that with my 2024 roadmap to plumbing business success, where I lay out the exact mile markers you got to hit in order to have, manage, and grow a high-octane plumbing business with lots of great customers, a crew of plumbers eager to ride alongside you, and plenty of money in the tank. Now, you're going to want to buckle up because my roadmap ain't just some guide. It's the GPS to having a successful, self-sustaining, and very profitable plumbing business. So, click the link or go to themilliondollarplumber.com/roadmap to grab your free copy of my 2024 Roadmap to Plumbing Business Success, and let's roll. All right, welcome back here.
Okay.
So
we are talking about plumbing business. What they don't tell you is super top secret things that you just don't know. Not really, but anyway.
And it's not that they don't tell you. It's just that we
don't know.
You have to kind of figure this out on your own.
Right. So before we go further, though, I do want to remind you guys, if you are watching on YouTube, please give us a thumbs up, a like, follow us somewhere. There's the button to get notified when that's not up above. Okay. Get notified when we go when our episodes get released. Okay, please stop doing that. Give us a like, and then but if you're also listening to audio, Apple Podcasts or whatever you're listening to, also give us a review. You guys know, you understand business and how business works and reviews and all that these days. So we'd love a great review from you on the podcast. So,
right, if you
like us,
right, please let us know. Keep it to yourself.
No, it's trying to find a way. Anyway, all right. So we've talked about what you're really selling, which is time. We've talked about what kind of company you really are. Part one, I think, of that is that you're a marketing company. What other things are they?
And number 3 here, okay. Last but not least, okay. I'm going to say, have it as always be recruiting, okay. But that's there's 2 things that you really are, that your company, that your business is. You're a marketing company and you're a recruiting company. Okay, that's just the facts, Jack. Okay, that's just how it is. Okay, so you are a recruiting company and you must always be recruiting. Always be recruiting. I'm going to say it again. Always be recruiting.
No one believes us until they get to a point where until they get to the point where they lose half their crew because they thought it was the perfect crew, and all of a sudden they've disappeared, and you've got nobody. You haven't been interviewing or accepting applications or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're down, right?
Right.
So,
well, we go from being just just me in a truck and I don't have enough work. What always be recruiting.
Yes.
Okay.
If you're wanting your business to grow,
you've got to build that culture. Doesn't mean you have to hire, but you must have a culture. Your business must have a culture that you're always recruiting, and then you can systemize this. Okay. And again, we mentioned the Success Academy. We teach that. Okay. And it's not it's really pretty simple. Okay. But it's doing these things. Okay. You must always be recruiting. Well, I got the best guys and they just love me.
No, they
and
don't.
we're great together and we're a team. No, you're not.
No, you're not.
Okay. I know it, all the things, all the fancy stuff. I mean, that's, guys, this
from our mistakes.
This is 40 years, okay, of seeing thousands of guys, okay, not only just with the businesses I worked for and worked with, and in our own business for almost 20 years, okay, all right, and now through the academy and all of our clients,
That's
hundreds.
what I was going to say.
Hundreds.
Too. Yes.
Okay, guys, it doesn't change. You are not a team, okay, we're all in it together. Okay.
These are my best buds.
Right.
And we hang out and drink
All
beer
right.
on the weekends.
I want to cut that now, because that's that thing of when we go to the conferences and how we make everyone feel like we're in this together. They're not in it together with you. Everybody's working for their own thing. Okay. This is professional business. Okay. Just like with football. Okay, you're the team. So that's a very good example right there. Yes, we happen to be a team, but every player is in on for their own thing. They're not playing for the team. Yes, they are playing for the team, but it's in how much money can I make?
They're number one.
Okay, how can I get more playing time? How does this work out best for me and my family? Okay, that's just reality. Now you still have a culture that we're all in this together. We're in the fight together, which is true. Okay, but if you notice, the coaches aren't hanging out with the players. The owners aren't hanging out with the players.
Sure.
Okay, they're not. When they walk in, they're not sitting down. Okay,
shooting the.
Well, with the whole team or whatever, they're standing up and they're talking and they're saying do that and that and that kind of thing. It isn't. Do you think it's not? Well, what do you think about this play? How should we handle San Diego on Sunday? They're not. What do you guys think?
San Diego.
All right, whatever. How are we going to handle? How do you think we ought to handle Dallas on Sunday? You guys got any opinions here? Let us know because we're all in this together. No, they're not. Okay, and so it's the same kind of a thing. Now, you hear me. I'm not saying that you're not. Again, a team, okay? But you have a place that makes the guys feel secure. You are the leader of the team.
Right.
You're the owner of the team.
Right. You're creating the team.
Right.
You're creating the team. Not that they're on the same level as you. Now, it doesn't mean you're better than them. That's not it. But there is a hierarchy when it comes to business. It's just the way it is, right? So you're the owner.
So the sports example is another great example. Again, this is professional service, professional business, professional sports. The guy doesn't perform, do they keep him around because Joe's a nice guy? He's been with me and we're part of the team together. I can't. No, they cut it. They cut his butt.
Because it's business.
It's business. Okay. They may do it soft. Hey, Joe, it's time, man. I know how it is. Been there, done that. But hey, it's your time. Okay. And they probably don't even hear from anybody except their attorney or whatever it is. I mean, it's just, okay. It's just how it is. So we gotta cut that attitude, and part of that is, again, always be recruiting.
Yeah, and I just had the thought. I know we've mentioned this a few times, but the movie called Moneyball with Brad Pitt. If you haven't seen that, it's a great business analogy movie. It is a baseball movie. Ladies, don't be turned off by it if you don't like baseball or whatever, because it is just a really interesting story of changing the way baseball business was done. Right. So anyway, it's just a really good movie. But one thing, like you talked about, if you're just, brand new, it's just you in a truck and you've got, tons of work and you're like, man, I'm so busy and, which feels great.
I'm scheduled out for a week.
If you're busy, if you are scheduled out for a week, you need to hire at least one guy.
Danger.
Yep. Yes. And then, so once you do get that guy, don't stop recruiting. You should have something on your website that's got, where someone can apply. You need to have ads out on, all the boards, Indeed and all those. It needs to be out there. Should be on your truck somewhere. Always hiring great techs or whatever.
Right.
It needs to be there. If someone calls in and says, "Are you hiring?" You need to make sure that whoever's answering the phone says, "We absolutely are," and be able to send them to a website where they can fill out an application or whatever it might be. Use things like Applicant Pro. We recommend Applicant Pro and Eddy.com. Those are great resources.
Both of those are MDP power tools?
Those are MDP. So if you go to our website, themilliondollarplumber.com, and then click on the Power Tools page, you'll see, those listed. But they can get you all set up for a really, really low price, and help you do that recruiting and help you do interview to hire, the whole thing. So
right, and that's just, again, it's part of your culture. Even if it's just one guy, okay, it's just you, man. Okay, you got to be doing this right now, and as you grow, again, you're not going to get stuck. Because it happens time and time again, that, I got 5 great guys and we're the best. And you come in on Monday morning, after a great week, and, 3 of them, one's just gone, other dropped off his truck, and the other says, hey, boss, I want to talk to you just a moment.
Okay. We know
right.
it's coming.
It happens.
Guys, it happens all the time. It happened to us, a couple times. And I remember distinctly the team, and we thought, this is it.
We had the best. At that one team,
we got the best team.
We were the Super Bowl team.
Everybody was jiving and getting along and just all the things. And man, it blew up within 1 week. And just totally shocked us. And that's when we're like, never again. We're never going to be in this position. And then as we coached, a number of plumbing business owners over the years, we teach this. We'll tell them. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay, great. Yeah, that's what we'll do. And then come to find out in the next coaching session, I just lost my crew. And we're like, okay, well, you got some applicants, in the wings. Well, no, we haven't had any applicants for over 3 months or whatever it was.
Then we can't find good guys. This thing up there aren't any good guys. Guys, for 40 years, there's never been good guys. For 40 years, there's never been enough guys. 40 years, never been enough guys. All right, it's just how it is.
Because when you need them, you need
them right now.
It's an emergency, right?
Right. It's I need right now. And the guys you need are not the guys that aren't working. You need the guys at the other shops that are playing for the other teams.
Exactly.
That are playing for the other teams. Well, I don't want to steal for anyone. It's professional.
On that.
Right. Okay. This is the area where I almost just laugh, because this is the area where guys just won't do it.
Right.
And
you got to think too, say when you do get, 3 or 4 guys working for you and it's going pretty well, still be recruiting, because maybe you've got a guy that's kind of low in the totem pole, that he's just not fitting the team. He's not doing your system or whatever. He's okay. Keep recruiting, because a gem may come along, someone that you can replace the guy the lowest on the totem pole, right? Because you're always wanting to improve your team, always. Because guys, I'm saying like I'm guys want to be around other guys who want to be successful. It's very difficult to have someone on the team that's pulling everybody else down. Really, really difficult. So always be recruiting, just to continually to improve the overall team.
Yeah. You're always replacing your weakest guy.
Always.
Or your lowest guy. Again, this isn't, we're all in this together. All right. This is building a Super Bowl team. Okay. If you're wanting to be successful, and successful meaning, creating wealth for you and your family, great opportunity for your employees, and creating more time, okay, and that kind of a thing. That's how we define success.
Yes.
Now, if we're just looking for a part-time gig here, job that you own, and so you can do fishing, you're off, and whatever. Okay, cool. Don't do these things. Right. But if we're talking about professional business here, you've got to do this.
Got to do. And when we talk wealth, it's not just, okay, how much money can you accumulate and, have, gold plated everything. That's not what we're talking about. Wealth is financial security, right, for you and your family, but then also the time wealth for you and your family. We hear it all the time. We started my plumbing business or my HVAC business or whatever, because we wanted more freedom. I wanted freedom. But man, you start it and then you're doing all the wrong things, and you soon find out you've got way less freedom, right. Way more headaches, all of that, if you're not doing these simple things.
All right. All right. So grasp these concepts.
Do it.
Hey, and if you were, we've mentioned it here. If you're ready, all right. If you're in the frame of mind that I don't know something, but I want to level up my business. Okay, then the Success Academy is for you.
It is.
Okay, 12 modules that cover everything you need to know to run, grow, and just create a very successful, self-sustaining, and very profitable trade business. And 100 is 12.
While having a life too.
Very key. There's over 150 video classes. Okay. There's coaching. All right. The community is very important. Okay. To be around others who are working to do the same thing. That surprises me. The idea of the community being
so
powerful,
integral.
right? You know, and all, you can be involved as much as you want in all this. It depends on what level you're at. There's an apprentice, journeyman, and master. Okay, see how that worked?
We do have 3 different levels in the academy: apprentice, journeyman.
Depends on what kind of commitment.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's not that you have to be you're an apprentice or you're a journeyman.
No.
It all comes down to commitment level.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you know, something to fit your ability. It's all there. So you know, check it out. Okay, if you're serious. All right. To learn more. All right. Simply go to themilliondollarplumber.com/success. Okay.
Yes.
To learn more and go from there. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Episode.
This is good. Good stuff, man. I hope at a minimum you grasp these things. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. But hey, before I let you go, as always, I want you to grasp this, that you were purposefully and wonderfully created, and you were created to do great things. All right. So plumb like a champion.
Bye, everybody.